Hey
Not
guys.
live for that long. I was just going live before dinner.
Okay. What up? How we? Oh Jesus! What the fuck, man?
I'll need to be more lithe for that.
Oh my lord, man! What have I done? Oh, it's dexterity that's screwing me over. Okay. Where am I getting? Who needs dexterity? You? Oh. Okay. How are we doing? I came here looking for minion damage before I screwed everything over. But that's why I left my hideout. Unique enemies deal have minion damage. Nah. I don't particularly want to wait until I face a unique. We're going to buy some greaters is what that means. We're also probably going to end up buying some lessers. But anyways, what's up? I have one plan and one plan only for today, and that is to get or to farm for my Mageblood. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I know shit is going up in price very quickly, so the odds of getting it are not in my favor. Okay, I'm never going to bother with that. Is what that means.
Like an insane rate too.
Like I was on yesterday. She was 30 divines higher than it was the day before, 2 days ago, and now it's 20 divines more than that. And it's like, brother, how quickly are we buying 20 divines?
I just think the demand is actually just not catching up as people farm more. Like the supply.
Yeah, I figure what you meant. Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, this is they are calling it poverty league, so. But then again, they have called many leagues poverty leagues too. So I just also think we've gone past the point where people weren't buying it, and now people are actually saving up for it. So
yeah, a lot of people saving up for it.
So like it's just the natural portion of the league where it just rises in price and it stabilizes somewhere. Where I don't want to find out where it stabilizes. I would like to get it before then.
Bro,
so
I can't believe I would be disparaging. Let's just be honest. Like my progression was not the route I expected, but I would be disparaging if the shit kept rising. So I'm vibing.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Sometimes we get lucky once in like 5 leagues.
Says the person that's dropped Mageblood 2 leagues in a row, but it's okay. Who's counting?
One was farming maps and the other was farming maps. I was gonna say one was juicing, but no, I was farming maps.
One was juicing Alva. You're not farming maps.
No, I dropped the Mageblood farming maps in every temple. I was really farming 16.5s.
Lol. What's up, Mr. Cable? How you doing? But yeah, we just need to make as much currency as we can, as soon as we can, to get our Mageblood, basically. Our current prices, it's not going to be today, Sha. That's all I do. I mean, you never know. You never really know, but I would need to farm 100 divs in Wealthy Exile quality, and we both know Wealthy Exile. I mean, not actually, that's not entirely true. If we can farm 100 divs in Wealthy Exile numbers, that is really big, because Wealthy Exile currently prices fortresses at 27C for some reason when they're like 60 something. So it does mean that whenever Wealthy Exile says, oh, you have the required amount, I actually have more than it. So but if I have to liquidate to the umpteenth degree, probably not doing that. We all know this. Too lazy for that. I will liquidate a good chunk, but then past that, you know.
I need more mana.
But how you doing, Cable? How goes the grind? How? Why did that kill me? What map modifiers does that have?
Good to see a movie this weekend.
Oh, nice.
I'll put the word
Now you see me
out.
too.
Oh shit, it's out.
Or 3. Yeah, it's coming out this week. Yeah, Nice See Me 3. It's a cat's favorite movie aside.
Yeah, I need to watch 1 too.
If you haven't seen them,
I've watched it. I just don't remember shit that
Just to
happened in any of
catch up.
them. Like I remember Jack's squats at this point. I think it's been way too long.
they're good movies.
They are. They're definitely rewatchable.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna rewatch them.
I mean, I already want to be there wondering, oh, who is this person? And the person is the main character. I'm supposed to remember, but I don't remember, of course. Nameless here. What do you have for me? Yeah.
Did you know that the Louvre Museum got like
Yeah.
stolen from?
You didn't know?
No, didn't it happen kind of like when I got a job? So I didn't really like. Anyway.
It's been like a week or two. Actually, it's been like 2-3 weeks at this point. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Oh, my internet is
Fuck.
down.
Will I ever hop in a wild road? Fuck no.
My internet went down. I assume you knew that.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Yeah, it's been like 2-3 weeks at this point. It's been a while since it happened. All right, Waking Trade updated. Nothing here is particularly good, but I'll take the Widow Hill just for, I guess, dust purposes. I feel like the only ring I be getting from these bosses are organic rings.
I'm getting cryonics.
I've got like 5 organics in a row, and I mean, I'm not getting the rings frequently. All just minus P, all just PDR is like another PDR. Like literally, this is the 5th in a row.
Yeah, the PDR ones are good.
I'm not saying they're not. I assume all of them are, all the rings are good.
Why
in
would
their
someone
own.
want to use that? Like I was actually watching a minion player who had 2 of those rings. Why would they want that?
Because PDR is a hard stat to get.
golems.
PDR is a hard
Is
stat
it
to
just
get.
for the implicits?
Are they SSF?
No.
Probably, unless you want to redeem and influence it so you can get minion damage. Some people just want rings for defensive purposes. Like if you're going for fully defensive rings, then it makes no, I would say it makes no difference because minion res is important, so there's still value in a bone ring. But yeah, some people don't care. I mean, as for defenses, it's very big. Like my entire Fortress Ascendance is mostly just there to be 15% less physical damage taken.
How much is Panda money in this game?
Like it should be in the 60s.
50. Pollock released a video on which is funny because we were just talking about this, a Svalin searching strat. It was
Okay.
very settlers focused, and I thought you would enjoy it. It's not just you chasing maps, which obviously
Okay.
we both don't find very engaging. But I think you should check it out because he did a different take. It mixes some of the things you usually mix into your map strategies, which is why I
Okay.
think it's interesting for you, like a mix of ritual, you know,
Yeah.
and settlers, as much settlers, and he even has. Okay, here's the cool tech I didn't know about that I think you should now even consider. Domination Scarab of Terrors makes it so unique, but shrines have unique bosses.
Okay.
Very frequently, one of the easy shrines we get when we get Egan is shrines, shrine to reshrine effect. We also get map bosses have a chance to spawn. Map bosses drop, final map bosses drop scarabs or something. Right?
Maps as well.
And maps. When you have those, he uses Domination Scarab of Terrors for the Egan.
For the Egan?
Because that means all the shrines that you're already juicing have map bosses. And they're all dropping 4 scarabs each for the scarab one. You walk out of those maps with a lot of scarabs.
Chill. Let me see if I understand it. He's juicing
Egan altar.
when you run into Egan, like naturally in your maps.
Yeah,
like
when
it's
you're
here.
running the Egan, when you're running the Egan maps, like literally, like trying to get to Theater Realize.
Yeah.
If you get the option that says then for the next Egan maps, final boss, drops a scarab.
Yeah.
He uses Domination Scarab of Terror at that point to buff the Shrine strat, because it's already kind of a Shrine strat like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And each of those shrines has map bosses in them because it's Domination Scarab of Terrors, and they all drop scarabs. Because
Well, that makes
they all
sense.
get that final boss thing.
That's pretty cool.
So I was saying, when we're in our Egan, that's something we should consider. It's a 50C scarab, but that gets paid off easily when you get that many map bosses in a map, and they're all guaranteed dropping 4 scarabs.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense.
I think he min-maxes it a little bit more, and he also has like a tree for it on the side to switch to whenever he gets that. That's focused on, But like, yeah, that was it. I just figured we could take for something from that.
I mean, makes sense. I like it. It doesn't really help our average map.
No.
But how does he? I guess. Do you have a link to the video? I could actually watch it. How long is it?
Yeah.
Also.
It's not long. He makes quick videos.
Okay.
That's actually why I like his content. So someone talking about an Atlas strategy. But
That's the person you said made the ritual video, right? Last week?
Yeah. Join Maxwell.
Yeah.
Look, poached him ASAP. In the ongoing war between Maxwell and Mobilytics. Surely with Team Maxwell there, right?
What do you mean, like?
So you're a content creator, so you should be using both regardless, but...
I mean, I'm not affiliated with anyone, so I have freedom. I should have taken Harvest Scrubs there. Oh, down the beam. Whichever is the better planner, I will use it. I mean, it's funny because like for my mapping strats on my spreadsheet, I have PoE planner, but then I use macro for the scarabs or to show the map device. But then if I was like affiliated with one or the other, then I was like, okay, so I have to do this one. I can't do this one. Dude.
MSC has a Sovereign's Revelation. Okay.
Is that good?
It's rare. I've gotten it since Pox League.
We're trying
Very
Revolution
lucky I
again.
gambled it. It's the one that like gives you Giga ES, but you can't regen it based on like where it is, finger it's on.
Regen mana cannot recharge ES and then regen. Okay, so you can't regen mana on one side and can't regen ES on the other.
It's Bis in like Trickster League. It's not as Bis this league, but it's like huge in those leagues because Trickster doesn't give a fuck about regenning ES because he's leeching.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I have a question. So, in my head, I've been trying to come up with like a build idea,
Okay.
right? But I was thinking of leech and how like I learned recently more about like leech rate and how as soon as you're full HP, you're not leeching, which
Mm-hmm.
means you only leech, which makes sense to why people go petrified blood and they're always leeching. So that's a form of overleech compared to like the ascendancies of Slayer and Trickster. And I was like,
I mean, there's also the evasion route, right? Where you get your evasion to
yeah, the
be.
ghost, yeah,
Yeah.
just kind
And you can do the
of
same thing
annoying to
with
do.
armor with divine shield. I don't know if you knew that.
Actually,
It's less popular, but it's the same thing. You cannot get your ES above your armor number, and then you just prioritize getting your armor number to just below your ES. So it's never full.
actually good to know.
Ooh.
Um,
I'm thinking of adding Delhi to my strat somehow.
how does someone make a petrified blood build more tanky? Can we spare points for a mirror?
Making it more tanky would involve either using life flask, which I mean that's a pretty pathfinder thing to do, or if you're not using life flask, then you just want to make sure you're reserving the life, like 45% of your life as an example, so that it's
Well, like
not
what
just
are
wasted.
what are the layers you put on the petrified blood build? Okay, so I played Ghazi's minion build once, right? The Wretched Defilers before I found you. And
Yeah.
at that time in his setup, he for low budget, he recommended you go like,
Best blood.
petrified blood with overleach and whatever. I don't know if we had overleach then even. I don't think we did.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think we had overleach at that time. But here's where I struggled a little bit with the idea was like you still got one shot a lot at that time, especially without leech. So like how do you make like a spellcaster, let's say like an Inquiz, right?
Yeah.
How do you make an Inquiz or a Guardian or whatever spellcaster tanky with Petrified where it doesn't feel like they're getting one shot a lot? Because I feel like that's a big problem in certain builds. They want to go Petrified so they can like do low life shit and maybe take the low life notable that gives you more damage.
I mean, that's the age-old problem, right? That's been always been the problem with petrified blood. If you're not going for life flask, because with life flask you do increase your EHP technically, because you should be at full life, but you should still have all the damage reducing properties that petrified blood gets below 50%. But on like on a broad aspect, how do you get those levels of DR being half health? I mean, maybe you try to take advantage of modifiers that specifically have like good effect when you're on low life. Maybe you decide to incorporate a large amount of ES, but that defeats the purpose of petrified blood, because petrified blood's whole thing is like it's giga sustain. If you're not getting one shot, you're not you set it up so if you're not getting one shot, you're not dying, but then you're more prone to one shots because of the nature of petrified blood. So this typically involves you going giga into like recoup and progenesis and all these other things. So to
Do you want to
get
get regen with Petrified Blood?
you can get a bit of regen, but like it's not
Is it more valuable
mandatory.
because of how low your life pool is? Like, let's say you get a build that has like 4k life, and then
Yeah.
they go pet blood, so they're chilling like 27 or something.
Hmm.
Like,
Is it good?
is it, yeah, is it good?
No and yes. You don't need regen. Pet blood builds are trying to get to 100%. Basically, they want it to be a situation where if they don't die to a hit, they are going to regen the entire hits plus, and then they're going to discard some of that damage. So basically, the damage they take will fund their recovery back to full, or back to half health, I guess, if you will. That's kind of what you try to go for with petrified blood build. So this involves using progenesis to delay some of the upfront damage. By using progenesis, you do become tankier with progen, by the way, because with pet blood, because you do delay.
They're kind of doing the same thing. They're staggering the damage.
Exactly. And then since you're supposed to be recouping the damage based on the damage you took, you suddenly have situations where you now have situations where you recoup. Let's say you take a 400 damage hits and you have, I think you try to get like 40% recoup or something like that.
I'm ready.
You're going to delay that damaging hit from being done instantly to being done over 4 seconds. So then you only take, like, let's say 100 a second. Now you're taking 100 a second, but like your game is going to forget you're supposed to take 8% of that from petrified blood. And I think Progenesis also has the forgetting mechanic. So it's going to forget some of that damage. So instead of taking the 400 over 4
I
seconds.
didn't even know petrified was a forget mechanic.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a stagger.
Yeah, it has like, I think that's what the quality does. I forget, but yeah, something like that. So you're going to take damage and then it's going to forget some of it, which is where part of its strength comes from. I could actually confirm real quick. Where's PoE? Petrified blood. Yeah. When taking damage, hits from hits, 40% of life loss below half is prevented. Then 100% to 81%. So at level 20, it goes from 100% to 81. So only 81% of that life loss prevented is lost over that 4 seconds. And then equality gets you up to, I think, 76%. Is what then lost. So basically forgets 24% of that damage that you should have taken. And I think Progen is what's Progen is just a stagger mechanic. It doesn't have the forget. It's only petrified blood that has the forget.
Okay.
So not only are you reducing the amount of damage you're taking because now it's forgetting some of it, you're now recovering life based on the total damage you've taken in the past X amount of time through recoup. So there's breakpoints you hit where now whatever damage you take, so long as it doesn't one-shot you, you are going to recoup all the damage. All the damage you just took, you're going to recoup it back. So you're going to self-sustain your life essentially, just based off of the damage you're doing. And
How do you consistently make a lot of things not one-shot you if you have that low of an EHP though? A raw hit pool.
That's the question. How do you do it? You just become very tanky. You have to use mechanics. You have to be smart about the mechanics you use. So like, I'll give you as a minion example, things like Jinx Juju, which divert damage to your specters, probably very big. Things like 45 with less damage taken, very big. Endurance charge is very big. You're looking for different sources of things to reduce the damage of the hit you're taking, because now if you set it up properly, you can't be sustained, you can't be blitzed down, you can't be killed unless you are one shot. So now your entire gimmick is trying to increase your max hits, so it's harder to get one shot. %15 increase max life if there are no. I don't think it works with Doriani. In POB it does, but Doriani has life. It works in POB. Are you sure? Let's see. It shouldn't work in POB. Non-spell suppress. Take this off. We're at 6100 life. Where is it at? $6,072. It doesn't work. 6,000. It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. Why do you have it? Because of this one. This is why we have it. We want the 10% more life while we have 6 life masteries, and that there are only 6 life masteries, so we need all of them. So if it looks, if what you are doing was on taking the increased life, and you're seeing my pandemonium, and you're seeing the life value reduce, it's not because 15% increase works. It's because the 10%, you just lost the 10% more we were getting from having 6 masteries. But yeah, for Petrified Bloodbuild, that's really what you're trying to do, trying to prevent that one shot and through any means necessary.
Makes sense.
I need more.
But what does this guy have and why is he so tanky? He has something, and I feel like he has a bit of leech to it. I know he has spell suppress, but he has more than spell suppress. I don't know what cultist grip does, but I have a feeling it's some sustain mechanic or something. So we gave him 70% suppress, which is fine. We have enough damage. Unless... Oh, we're now -1. Okay, we're now -200. We probably should have done something about it. Oh well. Sniped Zibakwa 42534. What does that provide?
Bro, POV tweeted.
Holy.
It's not the patch, bro. It's an ad for a portal. It's
A
even like for
portal.
like a combo of skins. It was just for one portal skin.
How do you get the skin?
By buying it. That's so not like them. What's going on?
Wait, so it's they made a new portal? Question mark?
It's not new necessarily. I mean, I guess you can call it new. It's the portal. It's the Egan portal. Now we can buy it.
I mean, some people really like the Egan portal.
I mean, I guess. I just feel like they
Yeah,
know people are waiting for a tweet.
I mean, yeah.
I'm so excited. I want to see what they buff. Like, if they said that before a patch, I'd be like, we'll see when it happens. But, like, they said it recently.
Man is holding his breath for this patch.
My Mageblood is running away from you. You better be holding your own breath, too.
I'm holding my breath as far as... I mean...
Oh, it's your time to time in.
I'm not too bothered, if I'm being very honest with you. I'm not too bothered, and the reason I'm not too bothered is I'm buying pieces of Mageblood as I farm up in the form of apothecaries, but B, I'm also just... I have I think 7 days on my King's March. Mirror shards will take me so much closer to my goal that it's like I just have to be... I can, if I really want to, that will boost me a good chunk.
Why aren't you doing that?
What?
You have mirror shards?
King's March.
You have enough to send shipments?
Not yet, but I'm getting there. And by the time I get there, like I'm already almost... I think I'm already like 2/3 of the way to a middle or 3/3, give or take, if I were to liquidate. So if I were to get a mirror shard worth of profits right now, guess what that would do? It will give me my Mageblood. So like I'm not too bothered by the rising prices. It's unfortunate, but like I'll get it. I don't like, actually I know I'll get it, so I'm not bothered. And the fact that I have King's March shipments going as fast as like it can go, I know I will get a good amount of currency from the shipment, and hopefully that gives me a mirror shard or a mirror shard's worth of profits, and we go. I'm not disparaging at the prices.
I am.
You're not farming for it, so why are you disparaging at them?
Because it fights my temptation to sell it.
I mean, if you sell it, that's it for the league and you know it.
Even like a farm another one.
What?
I could farm another one.
Did you just unironically say you could farm another one? 3 automaton studies, the one from your build. The one from the actual build? Like the 4 automaton study one?
Get some dinner, so I'll be back in like 45.
Aye. Oh shit, you got this one? Yo, that person. Oh god. It was sucked to be that person. You just got 4 automaton studies is what that means. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Shit, that's a lot of PDR. Congrats. Guess who's not gonna feel squishy this league? You're prepping in advance. $23 chaoses. Crazy work. And I know they wanted to put out 23D. Congrats on the snipe. I didn't believe it at first. Was it just you quick searching or live searching, or was it just a random, oh, let me try to buy a glorious vanity? I mean, I imagine it was a live search angle.
When I'm ready and not before.
I need to go kill the boss like now, because I'm tired of seeing boss altars. Like at this rate, my guy is going to be still fucking squishy. The fuck? I'll take it, I guess. Bro, how many? Finally, a quant altar. I got PoE overlay. I set up what I'm looking for and auto searches from me, and I just click a hotkey and it takes me to the hideout. So you set up your trade search in PoE overlay, then it's live searches, and when it finds one, you get to see the search and click a button to teleport to your hideout. Am I getting that correctly?
Approach, challenger.
Okay, I wasn't expecting the boss to be in this corner. Brother, that was completely unintended. I think I remember seeing that in a video. Surely it's worth an amount of money, right?
I'm ready and not before.
Let's get it done. Cover me.
Not worth anything. Also not worth anything. Sorta, it's live search integrated into an overlay. You can use it in game. Once you find something, you press the hotkey and you go. Varies for bookmarks as well. Used to use Awakening PoE, but PoE overlay seems to have updates much faster. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. So, is it as good as Awakening Trade for price checking? Or is its main thing just the live search function? You find it better? Maybe I'll look into it. And that reminds me, there was a video we're supposed to watch, so maybe we'll watch that. It's Settlers of Kargor Strat. So we'll watch that and see. I think Arcane sent it. Give it a try. Price checking is more convenient. I have an open mind. I can actually try it. I do quite like Awakening Trade, but I'll try to find what the UI of PoE overlay looks like, and maybe if it looks decent enough or good enough, I will download it and give it a try and just see how it feels. Kind of like how I did for Psychic on PoE 2. Because there are a few things that are unideal for Awakening Trade. Things like it's defaulting to Chaos Orb equivalent, even if you've changed it for an item before, because then you have maps that are currently priced in chisels, and that gets annoying. There are also some other products that are just not as good. They're also not as good to search. Not to mention, Grass took Awakening Trade a while to actually get, so there also was that.
You did it.
When you look for maps, you see chaos, not chisels. Yeah, it's just the current. It's just the way the trade currently is. I think trade had chisels worth probably disproportionately cheaper than what you call it. Like I'll show you fortresses. Oh, it's back to chaos. Okay, never mind. It's been resolved. It's not, but that is not specifically an Awakening trade problem. It's more so PoE in general because this is chaos orb equivalent. Actually, no, any currency. Yeah, by default, if you go any currency, i.e. chaos orb equivalent, you see things like that. But then this is both orbs. Maybe it now remembers the simple fact that I've checked both orbs before. We're up to 33. One more thing. Now to snipe a sublime vision for 50C. How much did I pay for mine? I paid 45 chaos, or divines rather, not chaos. I wish it was that cheap.
The Genesis tree accepts your offering.
Meh. Kind of decent.
She will soon bear fruit.
What was a decent one? Yeah, that's like kind of just ass. You are also not great.
She will soon bear fruit.
Ooh. Nah. You just had to get damage chicken recoup, didn't it? This didn't have life, so it's kind of whatever. This is good. This is really good, actually. There we go. That one is good. I doubt this one is good, but you never know, I guess. You never know. Maybe it's a suffer 2D because he has recoup.
Yes, just like that.
Now for the one on the extreme right, the cheapest of these all, we're going to go some like this. Still not great, but I guess it's something. This one gets minus mana costs. This one gets nothing. You're full, actually. So this one is, I'm just going to put it for 2D. Hopefully sells. And then this one is also 2D. And then the rest are just vendor trash. And then this one is like 29. Yeah, 29. It's 60 now. Holy. So Sublime is getting more expensive as well. I wonder if Divines are just losing value, because even Chaos is more expensive to the Divine. but I don't think it's becoming worth too much more. Hey, look on the bright side. Your next upgrade is in what? How much is a Mageblood now? 220 div. So at least you have that going for you, which is nice. I must see so far, so because we chose the minion archetype, that is why. But look on the bright side, it's not as expensive as some other builds would be. Like IPOB, what would end up being a very comfortable to play syndicate operatives chieftain build today, because that is likely what I'll end up pursuing next. Let's just say the amount of damage we get for that budget is nowhere near like Wretch Defilers. Let's just say defensively it's pretty solid, like 90 all early res, CI, the works on a chieftain, mind you. So I'm really liking the tech there, but it's so expensive compared to like the actual DPS value, because like this, the Wretch Defilers realistically we are probably hitting the, I mean, I should say not even Wretch Defilers only, but like Dorian in general, you're easily hitting 60 mil DPS, no issues, just by multiplying your damage by like, well, 4x. If you are at, is it 4x? $12x was it? Yeah, 6x. Multiplying your damage by 6 times, going from 50 res to minus 200. And if it's like an enemy that actually caps their res, that goes up to 12 times, I think, something like that. So with a multiplier that big, you know, it's no surprise. The one thing that bothers me though is syndicate operatives are honestly on the squishier side. So yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. We're going to have to deal with that. What is going on here? Yeah, and I get the fuck out. One of these days I'm going to hover on the belt and I'm not going to see the common ones I've been seeing all this time. One of these days. Hopefully that day is today. Hopefully. But if it is not, then it is not. Internet's cutting out. Sad. All right, we are back. Now we are up to 34. We're going to be pushing more maps soon. I have 15D and 322 raw chaoses to my name. However, this is important. I may have this, but not only do I have these, I also have, I've already pre-spent the currency for like over 100 maps left. So realistically, I keep forgetting to put this video. So realistically, by the time we're done with this mapping, large ass mapping session, I'm hoping we can afford it. Though realistically, I don't know for a fact that I'll be able to. We can only hope we get lucky on the T17 drops.
I need more mana.
Oh shit! Exalt altar. Okay. That is good. Save the breach for last. Give me my exhaust. How low is the chance? Wait. 3.4. Why is it? Am I getting unlucky? I feel like I'm dropping less exalts per Eldritch minion than I was getting divines when I go to divine altar. Like it's a 3.4% chance, my dude. Drop them! Drop him! Knife only to the divine altar. Life would have been good.
Approach, challenger.
What do you mean 0 maps, 0 monsters left? There has to be someone somewhere. You're telling me there's no corner? There we go. I forgot about the breach. Yeah. I doubt I'll get any Eldritch minions or altars now. So I guess if I had to guess just how many I got, I'll say like 9 to like 11 in that ballpark. Six. You disappoint me. It is still an Exalt altar, so like, you know, can't complain too much. I'm happy I got it. But we got it very early in the map and we only came out with 6. Side eye. Side eye. All right, we got the Exalt altar. Come on, give me a divine now. We're gonna get a divine, I believe. I believe. See, this is what happens when they actually only have the suppress node. It's not bad. It's not the end of the world. It's not as stanky as the last one. I think that's Tormented Spirit was putting in a lot of work. Ooh. No dupe, such. All right, before we get into the next 20 maps, we did have a strat we wanted to see. Now that I remember, I'm going to find it. Arcane did not send me the video. I guess that's one way to find it as well. It's Settlers, so it's just POA 3.27 Settlers. There it is.
Today,
But before we actually watch it, I will be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's see the strats,
I'm going to be
shall
going
we?
over what is one of the easiest strats in the game and how it netted me around 75 divines profit in a day playing on and off. This strat at its core is a Kalgurin
Did you say 78 divines?
in a day strats in the game and how it netted me around 75 divines profit in a day playing on and off. This strat at its core is a Kalgurin and Aegon hunting strategy. However, it's my take on it and does not focus on just burning maps, scouring maps like most of these strats do, but rather actually running them up. I'm going to be going in depth on stuff that is usually glossed
Should I
over,
reduce the
such as
quality?
memory
It's
thread
fine.
tech that you should utilize to get maps that look like these in the background. 15 divines of my profit came from memory threads, which for the little time I spent in them is pretty good. So what's the strat? The main in-map focus are free mechanics. We utilize Kalgurin Scarabs, including refinement, to farm bars for shipments and farm Zavalin. These ores, even without the Gilded Riches Scarab, occasionally drop decent loot, so the time invested into clearing them is, in my opinion, worth it. We run 2 Ritual Scarab of Selectivenesses, which is, I guess, what separates my version of this strat from others. These scarabs are currently free for 2 chaos and purely works as a way to maximize our profits when we find the nameless altar. We do not run ritual in our maps unless we find that altar at current prices of just under 50 chaos per audience with the king, and the expected chance to find nameless altars being 1 in every 40 maps. It means
I have not seen one in over 80 maps. I can tell you that much. I think even more than 100.
Divine's profit with just these 2 scarabs added in. Not only that, audience with the kings usually rise pretty drastically later on in the league to 100 chaos, maybe even
What is happening here?
a bit more like 200, or even sometimes multiple divines, meaning this strategy is sort of future-proofed. If I was to run it 2 weeks from now, I probably have profited a lot more. We run out tier 16 dunes. We want to give ourselves a chance to drop fortresses. You kind of want to do that in every strat that isn't ran in tier 17s, so running dunes is the best way to do that. These are realistically 1 chaos in bulk, and you can just pick them up in your maps to shave that cost off. We run heist on the map device for the consistent profits, although you can run settlers if you want to go all in on the Zavalin hunting part of the strat. Ultimately, settlers will lose you money unless you plan on running this for long enough that you can get your Zavalin, and heist will make you a decent chunk of consistent change. And now you're probably looking at my inventory and wondering why I have a domination scarab of the terror set up here. And that is simple. With memory threads, there are 2 interactions that you can currently use to make an incredible amount of currency when things line up. It's not common knowledge, but it's cool, so I'm going to share it. You can utilize the map crafting options, have no cost memory altar, and combine it with the improved labyrinth trial craft, which you can get from the Shaping the Skies notable on your atlas. Utilizing this craft with that modifier will not consume the craft, even though it's usually a one-time use. This means that you end up getting, right now, an expected value of 40 chaos profit every time you get this setup, although you obviously can't do this every time. In about 12 memory threads, I got the map options have no cost on 10 maps, which in my opinion is a bit unlucky for how common that craft is, but still it netted me an extra 3 divines for, I don't know, 5 minutes of my time, which is pretty good.
So, okay.
The second sort of tech, I guess, is...
That one was kind of interesting. So you wait until you get the no cost, and then you run lab so that you can get the dedicated hunt. I forget what it's called. Dedication to the goddess or whatever it's called. How much are they going for right now? Let's see.
What have you got for me?
Currency exchange. $46. Are they fragments? They are, right? 45. 7. Do I even have it on my map device? Yeah, I do. Okay, that's not bad. It's an extra 50 chaos whenever you get the map craft option.
When you get a memory altar that says final boss drops 3 to 5 additional scarab items, you can combine that with the domination scarab of Terrors or the horn scarab of Pandemonium, but I went with Terrors, 4 domination scarabs and the domination map craft, and every unique mob spawned through that will drop 3, 4 or 5 scarabs depending on which one you got. The Terror scarab is much cheaper than previous leagues, likely due to the overall nerfs of ground loot. I'd imagine it's hitting Terrors pretty hard. Throughout the day it fluctuates between 40 and 65 chaos. I bought all of mine for 40 chaos earlier on in the morning, and getting back anywhere from 50 to 80 scarabs for that investment is pretty good, especially this league. And that's essentially how you make the most out of your memory altars. If Terrors end up being too expensive at like 80 chaos plus,
So
then maybe you skip out on that, make a judgment call based on the current market there. I'll go over the main.
I do disagree with one thing he said, which was that settlers will lose you money if you just go only settlers. I don't believe it to lose you money. Like, from my experience running settlers, it doesn't lose you money, but it's decent profit, but it's not competitive with like most strats until it hits this fallen. Like, if I were doing a settler strats, I would likely be going. Oh, he doesn't go for. Oh, I see. He doesn't go for Nico. I feel like Nico is my favorite, one of my favorite parts of settler strats as a whole. Like, why would you do settlers without Nico? It's you click one node and then you have your bars. I guess he's not going for bars, he's going for Fallen. That's the only thing settlers is doing in here. Increasing this is Verisium, Bismuth,
Atlas 3
and something else. What's the last one? Crimson. Why Crimson? They aren't counted as bosses anymore. Maybe because they're quick. I mean, they're quicker than Petrified Amber and they're quicker than the Altar one. Or a Calcum.
down there. And I'll real quickly go over the loot. This is the loot from the 12 Terror maps only. That's how many times I found it. It ended up being closer to like 14 Divines and Scarabs once I had liquidated it, and then minus my investment, it was roughly 10 Divines profit for 12 maps, which is pretty good. Obviously, you cannot do this often. I didn't really get that lucky either. No containment Scarabs, no catalyzings, nothing like that, including everything, which was around 140 maps of loot.
500k shipments.
Quick FAQ for shipments. You want to send 500k worth of shipments off mix to bars to Gakanu, and when you send Verisium there, it will come back with stacked decks. Otherwise, it will come back with tattoos. When you find a nameless ritual altar, defer all of the boss fragments, and then select Immutable Dogma on your Atlas tree. And for the next couple of maps, run them without selectiveness scarabs and with a ritual scarab of wisps instead. Once you've gotten all of your fragments, unspec Immutable Dogma and start using your...
Alright. Pretty cool video. What do I think? Overall, there was some pretty cool tech in it. I think the trial tech is very good, and I will probably end up using that on any Egan strats I end up doing, simply because it's free money. Why not? I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that it's lab, because I don't like lab by any means, but it's free money. Just take it. Then what else was there? The Scarab one is also very good tech. I could probably end up doing something similar on my map farming tree because I have a bunch of shrines as well. Why does he have Giga shrines on his settler strat too? Like, unless he has a different tree for that. I'm going to migrate to Dorian. Which lines are important in the Watcher's Eye? You want the convert line to convert the other two elements to cold damage while affected by Purity of Ice is the most important line. Then PDR while affected by Determination is the second most important line, and then past that, just increase life, I guess. Those are the most important lines. Invite. $1,400 chaos. Pain in C or D? Thank you. 10D is about 130, 1350. Yeah. All right. Now we have 25D. We've liquidated some whatchamacallit, some maps. Let's get our map device filled for the next sets. You know, it's funny you should ask that, Mr. Cable. I actually I made a video for the Doriani swap before I went live, and I edited this. So that should be live any moment. I think I scheduled it for the morning, but I think, honestly, let's see. Yeah, okay. So it'd be live in 4 minutes. And that should answer your questions on the most important things, or what I was thinking about, or the Doriani swap in any case. The things I did, the things I changed, the reason I changed them, things like that. I talk about all of that. 1 2 1 2 3. Ready for the next 20 maps. We have many more where that came from. Many more. I just have to, let me see. One thing I'm very curious about is, what are other people doing for map farming? Like farming actual T17s. Anime Princess has a video.
What's up, YouTube?
Loot filter, PoE planner. Let's see the PoE planner. What scarabs does he use?
As far as scarabs, the ones I've been using are
Kalguran.
cartographer.
So he's using Calgur. Mixing Calgur settlers with map farming and using the Calguran scarabs to add monsters. That is not a bad idea, to be honest. Bismuth, Verisium, as well as Crimson. Why Crimson? Let me actually see expectations.
Out there. There's a lot of things going on in the strategy, and when everything lines up, I've printed as many as 65 T16s alongside 4 T16.5s and 4 T17s, all from a single map run. The returns can get pretty ridiculous. On average, you should expect to get roughly 15 to 25 map drops per run, and the magic number to aim for here is actually only 16, because statistically every 16 T16 maps will convert one of them into a T17 map, and we are more than meeting this threshold. As far as scarabs, the ones I've been using are Cartographer's Scarab of Escalation, Kalguran Scarab of Guarded Riches, Kalguran Scarab, and 2 times Monstrous Lineage Scarab. And we're using the Cartographer's Scarab of Escalation as the main driver for these map drops. The Guarded Riches Scarab converts all the Kalguran monsters into
Invites. I find the frequency of these pings suspicious, but yeah, going back up to how many is this? 1050. Then 50 divided by 1.3 or 135. Thank you. All right, so that is 8 divine. So now we basically sold literally everything. I didn't plan on selling everything before I even finished what we're doing, but this gives us a nice and before I forget, because I will forget if I stay out of my map, I'm going to leave myself in the map here, so I remember that I haven't run this map.
magic monsters for much better returns, and we are boosting that magic monsters into map drops. The Guarded Riches Scarab converts all the Kalguran monsters into magic monsters for much better returns, and we are boosting that magic pack size with the Monstrous Lineage Scarab. And the additional Kalguran Scarab is because we're aiming to get as many of these ores as possible, and that just adds in an extra one. So these are the core 5, and if you did want to push for 8 mod corrupted maps, you would replace a Monstrous Lineage Scarab for the Cartographer's Scarab of Corruption. And I will go over how you do a slight Atlas tree change as well as map favorite change later.
So you go for 8 mod maps and then switch to corrupted maps
on when we cover the Atlas tree. Now for the most important part of this video. Success in these strats isn't just about copying someone's Scarab and Atlas tree. There is more to it. Timing, modifiers, pacing, player execution. That's why results can vary a lot between players following the same setup. So I'll go beyond just the Scarab list right now and show how to make the most out of this strat. For the mapping setup, you're going to want to use the Settlers Kirat Craft for 5 Chaos to add 2 additional ores to the map, because this is an ore-based strategy. And for the map itself, we want a 16.5 map, ideally one with a high percentage more maps roll. Even 50% is solid, and I used a bunch of that in the testing, but if you can find a 100% more map, that is where it really starts to take off. And this 16.5 should also have at least 6 modifiers on the map, since we are leveraging the Carto Scarab of Escalation, and that gives us returns based on the amount of modifiers on that map. So the perfect map would be a corrupted 8 mod T16.5 with 100% more maps. And I'm going to drop a trade search link in the video description that filters for at least 6 mods and at least 50% more maps, because I do think this is a solid baseline that is going to give you the returns you're expecting. And I'm keeping it slightly loose on purpose so the prices of these maps don't explode, but you can tighten it up if you feel fine paying a premium and you want the absolute best maps. And I do advise buying maps through the filter, because now with asynchronous trade, you probably want to just get a map that works with your strategy without having to craft and re-roll over a bunch of stuff. It's just way simpler here. And for the altars, I personally go blue altars.
So so the suggestion is T16.5s, like to run it in T16.5s, I assume.
But either type works, and the priority list here would be map duplication altars, followed by quantity boost altars, and then ore and lots of it. I suggest you guys mine those ores into bars and then bulk ship them to Nagakanu. Here you'll get tattoos, stack decks, and sometimes and if you wanted to adjust this to farm 8 mod corrupted maps, here's what I would suggest.
Actually, let's go here first.
Let's look at the atlas. And for all the visual people out there, select Eater Worlds, select Settlers. You got the double monstrous lineage, escalation, Kalguran Scarab, guarded riches, Kalguran Scarab, and we have an 8 mod corrupted T16.5 with 100% more maps. For any mapping strategy, you're going to want to have all the shaping nodes to really boost the map drops. I don't really value the 2% for connected map because you're dropping just so many maps. This is just one extra map, so I would actually not take any of these that you don't have to take. Instead, we are going for a bunch of map effect wherever we can get it. And these nodes...
What do I think about buying T16.5 maps? If I were to do my current strat in T16.5 maps, I would also... I'd get a healthier amount of extra profits. But at the same time... I kind of don't want to have to deal with T16.5 mods, if I'm being honest. That I think is the biggest thing for me. I don't want to have to deal with it. But I guess that is something I should consider realistically, like in the long run, for just making more per hour. Oh look, we've crossed the 85, is it 85.3? 85% threshold, nice.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Thank you very much. This time I'm going to put the price at like 75 chaos, I think. So back to 75 chaos. Speaking of, let's wealthy Exile right now before we actually get deep into this map strats. 154. 154. We're at 33 divines liquid. I should liquidate a fair bit. Get a few divines here and there, sell a few things, and then buy another apothecary, which are now 44D, sadly. So I should do that sooner rather than later before the price goes up. So that's actually what I'll do after this map. That'll be my second apothecary. And ooh, and fortunate. Let's go. You know, whenever I see Einhar in my map, I get reminded that I do want to do an Einhar farming strat at some point in this league. However, I can't imagine farming like a mirror with Einhar. It feels slow. It seems slow. Like the actual money making process will be on the slower side, and maybe it's just a misconception I have about beast farming. It probably is just a preconception that it's because it's probably faster than I'm giving it credit for. You're welcome. Man comes in here, makes your map tougher, and is like, you're welcome. Gotta love Einhar, man. The good news is, like with Doriani, we don't actually really care. We really don't. I do think I see myself trying his Kalguran version of this of map farming, because unlike shrines, it shouldn't be in theory it shouldn't be affected by breach. Like breach is like, or shrines are one of the few mechanics they said are being literally gibbed by breach, and like when the breach zones spawn. So it might be worth going into like the Giga settler settlers and really leaning into that magic monster thing. And not to mention, I've always wanted to do, I did want to do settlers, so it's kind of two birds one stone. I never did it because I always figured multitudes was where it was at, because multitudes are just really nice to have. You drop way more maps when you kill the packs, so it just makes sense. But if you instead juice blue magic monsters coming from the ores and juice the number of ores in your map, I guess what I would end up doing if I was doing this is like his strat would be a variation of the strat, and instead of going for exactly what he does, I'd probably be leaning more into like, I go Nico. I'd add Nico mobs. I would add, what were his scarabs again? Instead of going like, I'll go guarded riches escalation, I'd go Kalguran and then monstrous lineage. I could see myself doing this. Yeah, I think the scarabs would work for what I want to do, even using Nico. The only difference, like Nico, you probably want to use a sulfite scarab for the increased sulfite you get, so you get more bars. But I would also replace one of the monstrous lineages for the refinement scarab, so that I'm actually getting bars directly, and then I'm also going to be getting more tattoos as a result, and getting. I need to check tattoo prices before I make any decisions. POE.ninja. Economy, tattoos. Room graphs are all cheap, right? Angler is 56D, but that's it. Cancel, ignite, suppress, and block AD are the most expensive tattoos, with these two being the chase tattoos, and then everything else is in the chaos. Is in the chaos ranges. I honestly don't mind that. And of course, in all this time, you're also, because you have settlers in your map, you're actually going to be farming a whole lot more. What's his face? You're going to be also, you also have the small chance of getting a Fallen, which is a very big chase item, which will propel you towards where you want to be.
You did it.
I dropped 2 fortresses from this. Ho, 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 ho. Huge. Huge. Wait, how did I drop 2 fortresses? Maybe it duped? No, I don't have an altar. I didn't dupe. These are 2 natural fortresses. Sure. I mean, the odds of dropping another fortress are very slim. Will you give me my 3rd fortress? Will you? Nope, doesn't look like it. Brother, not again. Oh man, this is a graft locker. I'm gonna need some serious help eating through these. Holy. All right, we'll do this then for now, at least.
Salah.
I have way too many womb gifts and not enough graft blood. I almost want to go graft blood so gained rather than stored. I do think I want that, and I need to manually farm mine, or actually go out on my way to farm it. I don't know yet. We'll see. I could also just sell realistically, but I don't want to sell because, like, I want to open all my ancients. I want to open all my currencies. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I'm trying to stockpile everything. So let's do some liquidating so we can actually buy another apothecary, shall we? So first things first, we have a bunch of screaming invitations. They are going for 65, so I will put them up for 75. Then the fortunates, Give me those 2D. Then Echo of Reverence. $162, $324. Yeah.
All in order. I'll let you know.
Cloister Scarabs. Blight Invigoration Scarabs. Orb of Dominance. We'll leave the Orb of Dominance alone. Catalyzing. We have a catalyzing. Ooh. We have 114 GCPs. Actually, we have more because we haven't sold all these high quality ones that we really should, realistically.
Okay.
Welcome back. What other gems did I manually level up? I think everything else can literally... Ooh. Well, actually, I don't need you for the build I'm thinking about. Item rarity support. I still remember Settlers and all the item rarity supports and the item rarity flask and everything. Those were definitely times. What?
It's like good times.
Nah, at least we're back to a healthy pace. Cloisters are 10 chaos each? Sure, okay. So I can sell the 28 I have for 284.
Raise my fees.
Now that's money. 3
We'll make it happen.
catalyzing is 181.
Right.
Hello?
Oh shit.
All in
Do
order.
you wanna play Deadlock?
I'll let you know.
We don't have to right now. I'm playing other stuff. I just want can say hi.
Oh, okay.
Translation, Jared, he wants to play Deadlock.
Do you want to play Deadlock right now?
Bro, what are you, the matchmaker? I asked because I wanted to, right? I'm not in a hurry though, bro. What do you gotta do?
Give me a little bit.
Connor, do you remember if that was a tool graft? It was, right?
What you're looking for with the additional thing? Yeah, it's a tool graft. Stack decks. We have White Divining Explorer Scouting Reports. I don't want to sell GCPs just yet. I have a bunch of essences I never resold too. So I have 62 of these.
All in order. I'll let you know.
$77. My guy, stop trying to scam me. When currency exchange willingly tries to scam you, it's like, oh, the closest to what you want is like 120. Would you like 90?
I should raise my fees.
All right. Next up, let's buy like 10D in chaoses.
We'll make
Or
it
10,
happen.
let's buy 10D's worth of divines directly. And let's buy an apothecary, shall we?
Do you know if the mod, the conic is a prefix or a suffix? It's a prefix, right? So if I have two prefixes, I shouldn't use it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a prefix.
Let me double check. Yeah, it's a prefix.
It's 43.5 for 2 apothecaries. I don't have 87 div. Can I get 87 div? If I were to really liquidate? Probably. It would be a stretch, but I think I could squeeze it out if I really send myself through the ringer. I'm not gonna do that though.
We'll make it
I just buy it for 44. All right, second apothecary got in. And now we look broke as ever with only 1D liquid and 300 C. I found it pretty interesting for map farming strats using for my mage princess using Kalgura, like basically Kalgur and its magic monster Skirab.
Yeah, I saw that too.
But he does it in T16.5s. I'm probably going to try it and see in 8 modded T16s. It'll be less maps because like I don't have a more maps multiplier, but it's also less cost because I have no idea how much 8 modded T17.5 dunes would be going for, but like that shit wouldn't be easy, but that shit wouldn't be cheap.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Did not even get the shit.
What's that?
It's interesting.
Is this expensive? Wait, the flood refuge is not dirt cheap. Interesting. People have really embraced the convert early to physical tech. Ooh, 2 fortresses. What is this lag?
When you 3-1 them, they can actually become any.
Yeah. It's 5-1 by the way for them, but yeah.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Were you hoping they would stake 2?
Yeah.
Nope. None of that targeted. We don't do any targeting here. It's pure RNG all day, every day. As Chris Wilson intended.
What it is.
As Chris Wilson intended.
Actually, not the most engaging content to try to make this.
Like, what do you mean?
Like you're basically just printing, hoping it drops initially, or that you have to craft it together. Crafting currencies are not that cheap. It's like 7 chaos each for the exalted ones.
Really? I guess Trade has been telling me 2 chaos. I never checked.
Yeah, even the regals are not the cheapest too.
I mean, doesn't
Thing
that
is,
mean
like, I don't know of anyone who
currencies-
has a lot of them. You know what I mean?
all
Maybe it
the
must be
currencies?
SSF.
I have enough of the currencies to do what I want to do. I just don't craft everything I see. Like if it doesn't drop with potential, I'm not touching it typically. And if going for a mod with 125 rating,
For
I'm
us.
I mean, in this case, there's no potential. I
Not
just if
empty prefixes, empty prefix slots.
if you don't drop it, then you don't drop it. For this one, that's how I would approach it, anyways.
So you're saying don't craft it. Don't try to craft it.
I mean, isn't the whole premise of this that it's free profits where you get 6D if you win? The moment you start crafting each one you see, you now have input cost. So it's no longer 6D profit. It's now you now need to check the weightings and how many on average, and is it profitable or to just outright buy it or not, and all these other things that muddy the waters.
Fair.
That's the way I see it, anyways. How much is Flood Refuge going for again? 30C on ID'd. ID it. This is like 20C, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have tomorrow off.
You don't have tomorrow off?
No.
Why not?
07.
It's not a statutory holiday in Manitoba.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Government employees would get it off. But yeah.
Retail employees get half the day off. Fun fact.
Oh shit. So that means they get the ones that work actually get extra pay. I got an Exalt Shrine or altar.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh shit.
She was unlucky. I got 6 exalts from it. So it wasn't great, wasn't bad. Subs Datham.
Oh, just low.
What? Oh shit.
So,
I don't know, like
are they really just 3 div?
just yeah.
Sad.
I mean, it's still that's I don't know why 3D is just, but
Pride, bro. My progression is brick.
because you go in Mageblood.
Bro, a mirror needs to drop.
And why would a mirror drop just? Why would a mirror drop? Do you have any reason? Lol.
That's last. Look into POE 2 on the 5th.
I mean, we're looking forward to PoE too, but
5th, oh, bro.
what do you mean on the 5th? It's early December for the stream.
There's only so many early Decembers we have. So the 5th is looking highly likely. Pull up the new GOG video.
I highly doubt it, but I think
Yeah,
it's. I think
Think
it's.
about the thing. You think it's 20?
No, I don't think it's 20. I think the league launch should be mid-December.
I think they would have literally said mid-December.
They said early December for the stream.
Not for the announcement. I don't think they said that for the announcement. They
You
said
don't think
early
what?
for it. I don't think they said that for the announcements. I can pull it up and check.
I'm pulling it up.
Planning to launch the content update in early December.
We'll,
It's the
reveal,
5th
we'll
of December
reveal.
login moment.
Nah, G.
Why do you think I was disparaging?
I don't think it's a 5th of December login. I think at best it's a 5th of December reveal. Any chance you could tell me if I cooked or I'm going to burn the kitchen? What happened?
It's actually 7. It's like 7 there, by the way.
Okay, congrats. So, okay, POB. All right. I'm gonna check it after this map. If I don't remember, do remind me. I'll just do this. I don't particularly care for.
I also just feel like if this is the schedule, I don't want to be the guy complaining about content, but
Jonathan's
at
like,
the pace that I'm playing.
you wanted
Kind of
you wanted
crazy.
content, Abby. You guys are complaining, yelling. Now look at you, drowning.
Bro, isn't it kind of insane? Okay, let's humor me and imagine this shit drops on the 9th.
On the 5th.
On the 5th, rather. Like, humor me and it's just.
If it drops on the 5th, then it
what
drops on the
fuck
5th.
is- Bro, are you going to stop playing POE1? We're not going to be done by then. How about the builds you want to play?
Who said I won't be done by then? That's a month later.
Alright. You said so.
That's a month from now. 4 weeks.
I guess God willing with this patch. Patch is supposed to let us know how long it will be, that's the truth.
The truth of the matter is I don't know that I have more than 4 weeks of POE1 in me. Like regardless of what I'm playing on how my progression is or whatever, I don't think I have that much in
we have
it.
T4 for that?
I mean maybe. Yeah, I mean it's patches out, so I'd imagine we do. But if anything, TLI should also be in that period. I don't know if it's going to be before. I assume it will be after. I mean, you know that is only yourself.
Especially by dulling myself.
Exactly what I said, dulling yourself.
Ow.
Before
What am I doing better?
before POE came out, could have pushed for a 15. I told
No,
you.
I was playing. What?
I told you once POE comes out for your bricks.
I'm making sense that I wasn't playing. What? I wasn't doing anything else. I was playing the game.
All right, let's see the POB. I'm just saying.
This last is to save for a big swipe. Because I'm what, 3? Or am I level 2? I'm level 3. So I need 3, 4, 4, 5. Oh fuck, I still need.
All right, let's see. I made a couple changes past this one, but it didn't save. Oh, what are we cooking here? Ray Spectre Guardian with Ivory Tower. Okay, I like to see the innovation. So what is the main skill here? Ray Spectre, AG, so that's support. What's in your chests? Oh, Herald. You want to go Herald? This is using Lycia? Yes. Cool. Why blood magic? Wait, you have 7.6k ES, 3k life, no mana, but you're going to be reserving all that, so you're going low life essentially. You have a traitor, which is good. How many flash slots? 3. Cool. What is your uptime on coruscating? Is it up to 100% yet? Yes, it's 100%. Good. 2. Do you have configs for your increased defenses? 56 increased defense because of your minions. How many minions are you supposed to have? You didn't go Dark Monarch. You went 7 sentinels. Why did you go 7? It's supposed to be 4. You're going. That was a change you forgot to save. So you're going Hallowed Monarch. I wouldn't recommend Hallowed Monarch on this setup for a few reasons. Reason 1, you can link to Sentinel of Radiance. If he expires, you die. Reason 2, if you link to Herald of Purity, Joffrey's a +2 to 3 max purities. Is this a Fireborn? It was data mined but wasn't released, so I can find it on DB, right? Where is Fireborn? I'm blind. I kept seeing it in the corner of my eye and I didn't actually see it. Oh, okay, you made it for if this came out, so this would be 3. Okay, that makes sense. So that'd be 3, but then this how many needs to go is what that means. I mean, the damage number is looking very impressive. What is your source? Okay, no, never mind. Minion speed, multi-strike, impale. Are you going pure fizz? Oh shit, you are, aren't you? You are, okay. So you have impale here. How are you going to summon your Herald of Purity? Because you need to be able to kill, and you're not using Gravebinds. Because Herald of Purity summons minions when you kill, or when you hit rare or unique enemies, and you can't always kill. Well, you can't always hit rare or unique enemies, rather, unless your sub minions or your side minions are enough. Also, you need a source of splash damage, so you need a source of splash damage. Melee splash is here, so this would have to be a swap, like basically for clear is what I'm saying. So you'd be weapon swapping multi-strike and awakening melee splash, then Reservation is super funky. It's something I have to mess with more if it becomes a real build. You're currently reserving 3% of your life. You have 3% on reserve, which is the ideal range. You want to be 93. Blood Magic isn't a bad pick, honestly. I think it's a pretty decent one. I think Blood Magic is pretty decent. It definitely saves you the Prism, well, not Prism Guardian, because Prism Guardian, it saves you using life tap. And I feel like if you use life tap, you might not be able to 6-link it. So this is Blood Magic, honestly, is probably mandatory, honestly. It's probably mandatory. Did you go extra spicy and say Lone Messenger? It doesn't look like you did. Good. So what auras are you going to be using? You're using Pride, Vitality, Discipline, and Lighten. Why Pride? What race specters are you using? You have one, two, three. You're going for, are you going for +1 chest? No. You have 3, 4. Okay, you have 4 specters. If you get to 25 gem, do you get 25 gem? Yes, you do. Okay. So that means we are effectively, by the way, let's put a Joffrey's crown here because it's pretty much the same thing, just without Holy Relic. Okay. Okay, so already, I would say drop Pride. Remove Pale Seraphim, it's not needed. Go perfect Blood Demon. Perfect Blood Demon's Pride Aura is basically just as good as a player's Pride Aura. So you get to save this point and either go, I don't know, Determination or Haste or, you know, whatever else you might want to in that regard. Let's say Haste. And then for the last guy, we go Blood Demon. It's 57 mil from that one change. This is because it wasn't calculating the uptime on Pale Seraphim's debuff, so it overestimated what it did. That being said, though, you are already getting the term from here, I guess. Does this mean you're not using Judgmental Spirits? Gravebind was another addition that didn't get saved. Oh, makes sense. I'm at work. This was what the last POB I had before my POB died. I ended up messing with taking the Guardian block node and running Tempest Shield and Discipline Spectre, and it was crazy the difference. Okay. Okay. I mean, I think you're onto something. What is this what is this Bladefall of Tratos tech? What are you doing with Bladefall of Tratos? What is the idea there? I don't know any of the new ones. Blood Demon has a very, very, very good Pride Aura. Like perfect Blood Demon is one of the really, really good ones. Like you get all the way to like 78. You're seeing where's its Pride? 16%, basically 17% to 34%. Then you look up Pride. What was it again? 17 to 34. $17 to $34. So it's like this. But then you compare that to here, it's not the most difference. Actually, to here, it's not the most difference. 17 to 34. There is a 5% damage taking difference. Can we make up for that somehow? If you get up to level 80, what does that look like? It's just, it doesn't increase too much per level if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's just a perfect 1734. But you get what I mean. You get the most impactful 34% and the most impactful 17%. You only miss out on 5%, and with that extra room you can go an extra aura, so you can go haste or something else, and overall that would be way more damage for you than going just the Pride Aura yourself for the extra 5%. Do I think Mom for 19 divs is worth it? I'm afraid it's gonna go up in price. Mom is Mom. Are you talking about Impossible Escape? Makes sense. Intimidate on hits with my rings, but I think I'm dropping it. You're getting intimidate on your rings. The additional PDR is kind of nice. Reservation is good. Actually, no. I don't know that. Does mana reservation help you with life reservation? I guess it probably does using blood magic, right? No, it actually still doesn't. Okay, never mind. So yeah, you don't care about mana reservation with blood magic. You care about life reservation though. So you want to take that node. Now, what are these? Your increased minion damage while you're affected by that. Increased CDR is big. Well, I don't actually even know if it's big. How much more damage does your slam do compared to their basic attack? Granted, it is AoE. It is inherent AoE, and if they had enough CD, you could technically maybe get away with not switching to multi-strike. What does your AG use as well? Kingmaker, Mask of the Stitch, Garb of the Ephemeral, Southbound, Windscream. Southbound so it doesn't get kills. I think the Soundbound is wasted potential on your AG. Sure, it's not going to get kills, but compared to your DPS minions, it wasn't going to get kills regardless. You probably would rather have Asenat's Gentle Touch. Windscream is fine, so you actually still get the extra curse. I guess you probably have corrupt. You probably have early res. No, wait. You're going Fizz. Never mind. With Fizz, what is your Southbound's glove? Vaughn on hits. Okay, so you have Vaughn on hits, which means did you add this here to simulate your AG's Vaughn on hits? I have to assume so, right? Mind over matter. I will say that many people have mind over matter impossible escape on their POBs. I think Bela Mage has it. I'm not entirely sure if Ghazi does or not. I would think so. Maybe. I haven't actually checked Ghazi's POB, so I don't know. But I saw a video from Bela Mage recently, and I know for a fact he has it on Holy Relic. So I'd say the demand for that one is decently high, but at the same time, I do think prices should be stabilizing. I know I say that, but the reality of the situation at the same time is Mind Over Matter was 90 when I bought it, so it has gone more. It has become more expensive. My advice, honestly, is for things that you think might go up in price, you're probably better off buying them now, because nobody knows how the prices are going to move once this next loot patch comes live. And realistically, there's going to be so much like volatility just in that alone. So I would say, should you buy it now? It's not do or die to have it versus not have it in like your current state, but you got a really good glorious vanity, and it would be a shame to not be able to spec the points, the PDR nodes, until you made like 40 divines or however much it could potentially cost. That being said, I don't think it's going to get that expensive. I don't think I've ever had to buy Impossible Escape Mind Over Matter through all the seasons for anything that outrageous. I think 19 is probably close to as expensive as it's going to get. But the economy is in a volatile spot, and no one can tell if it's going to go up or not. So if you have no pressing upgrades, then yeah, go for it. Like if the rest of your character is in a decent spot, go for it. If you haven't finished the Doriani swap, like you haven't gotten your Sublime Vision or the other things, maybe prioritize them and then come back to it, because like it's better, I mean, in my opinion at least, it's better to get the item you when you can afford it rather than try to gimp your current character to get it, if that makes sense. It's like if you can get your character to a better spot to where farming is more efficient, then saving up for the increased cost that it would have is not as bad as if, let's say, you bought it, you tried to rush it, you bought it, but your character wasn't as stable, so you were dying and you're not having a good time or whatever else, and so now you're just trying your best to get the rest of your character in order. So I think it's priorities, and if you don't have it, if you the core of your Doriani swap and everything is in place, then go for it. But if not, prioritize the other things and then go for it. Still hoping to snipe it for less than 60D. If you have the currency to snipe the Sublime Vision that you want, as well as on top of that get this one, go for it. If not, I mean, even if you don't have the currency immediately, if you have, let's say, 60 right now and you can snipe it for any amount, honestly, yeah, you probably do want to spend the 19 on the Impossible Escape rather, and then keep an eye out for the Sublime Vision. Impale was a thought with the unique medium deli cluster I snagged without the 100%. What is your Impale chance? 96%. I mean, Impale is good at high percent chances. If you get the remaining 4%, that is big, but so I assume this is the daily cluster you're talking about. You got Rotting Claws, which is huge. You got Cult Leader, and you got Disciples, and you go Rotting Claws here. You also got it here as well. I would go so far as to say, can Rotting Claws only spawn on the large? I feel like I feel like that is correct. It can't spawn on mediums, right? It'd be weird if it could. Yeah, it can't. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think you're honestly fine at 96%. There is one Spectre to consider if you're going Impale. There is one Spectre to consider. Let me see if I remember its name. Perfect. I think it's honestly Perfect Dancing Sword. Perfect Dancing Sword. Nearby allies have 20% chance to impale with attacks. Nearby allies have 30% increased impale effect. This is big if you're going Impale. You want to have this guy as well. Very solid. He's not the tankiest, but he isn't the squishiest either. He's like in a very in-between spot where he's not tanky and he's not squishy. Like kind of like, I would say, Frostbearer level defense. But yeah, he is very good for any Impale build, and he will cap your Impale as well as make sure your minions have Impale effect, which is the only way to give them Impale effect aside Impale support. So very good. I just remembered. Good thing I remembered too. So yeah, you want this guy. I think you're onto something, by the way. I do think there's potential in what you're cooking up. I mean, you're already at 70 mil DPS, and survivability wise, I would personally prefer to increase survivability. How you would do that would then be the question. And by the way, looking at defenses though, what can I do to change? What would I improve here? You're using endurance charges already. You have D-term. What do you have? A Watcher's Eye? You do not have a Watcher's Eye. 2, 3, 4 Ghastly Eye Jewels. There's lots of ways to improve, I guess. You have 700% increase total, so that should honestly be fine. Damage or poison, evasion written. Is there a timeless jewel that matters for you? I assume there should be some nodes like minion damage. And minion move speed. With minion move speed, will I say it's more priority? Honestly, yes. Minion move speed is very comfortable. Is a very comfortable start when you have melee minions. Not by too much. I'll make this 7.5. And I'd search, and I'll see this one with 3 movement speed nodes, and this one with 2. So probably this one. Switch to that one instead. And now you have movement speed, damage. So that's another thing to improve the choice of the actual brutal restraints, the number. What up, Hexmaster? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. How you been? Thanks for checking it over. I love Heart of Purity. Haven't played it since +1 on clusters was a thing. Swapping to block node plus Tempest was pretty good. Block node plus Tempest. Are you currently using Tempest? Oh, you mean in the changes that didn't save? How about we do this? When you go through the PO, when you re-add your changes again, we can actually go through it again with the actual like ideas you had. Because there are some gaps here in the sense of like there's no Gravebind. Without Gravebind, we're looking at inflated numbers because now you have a bit more ES and life than you probably should have, but then you'd have to balance it elsewhere and you have to do all that juggling around. So it's stuff we have to see. But yeah, good stuff so far. Yeah, and I think Guardian might honestly be best for Heralds, just because without the reservation efficiency, I don't know how exactly you would do that. I have zero idea how you'd reserve that much life. When I get my fixing and show you next time, catch you. It looks solid. I 100% agree. Doing pretty good. Nice, nice. I'm doing pretty good. Trying to farm for my Mageblood as well. We are 2/5 of the way. We have 2 apothecaries. We still have a bunch of farming to do. Currently farming network issues, as you might expect.
10 fortresses in 30 maps is kind of disparage.
I need more mana.
07.
That's really unlucky, I think.
That is especially unlucky.
I went on like a 10 map for that one.
Yeah, I've gotten unlucky as well, but I've also gotten very lucky. Like in my current badge, I think in my past like 5 maps I've gotten like 7 fortresses, so something wild like that. Like I think in the ideal universe, I would like it to be a lot more stable, but you know what? You know the reality of the situation, the sad reality? I suspect the breach that you get affects a lot about like if you get your T17s or not. I think if you get the defend one, it's you're way less likely to actually get fortresses. And if you get hives, hives tend to drop fortresses. So like I think with hives you kind of sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. but it's fine. But the moment you get the defend one, it's like, oh god, it just replaces so many mobs. That's why I think I'm really considering this settler, like trying settlers and using magic monsters to juice map drops instead.
Yeah, let me maybe try that one.
Because in my head, it's less prone to breach in breach's current state. But at the same time, that one doesn't have like ritual and it doesn't have, you know, shrine, so way less natural monsters on your map. So I don't know how that would end up. It has its pros, it has its cons. Farming dropped frames as the devs intended. That's how you do it without Guardian. Found a guy after I made mine. Let me see. He's using Ghost Wraith, Coruscating, Writhing Jar, and Grave Binds. So he is an occultist. He has blood magic. So where is he getting his reservation from, I wonder? Putting in POB? The boots are big reservation. Let me see the boots. Bubonic Trail. Oh, interesting. Increased reservation efficiency of skills while affected by unique Abyss Jewel. And then using Ulaman. I guess the Ulaman is just for a cheap unique that has CB immunity, and then the Dex is a nice bonus on top of it. That is why he went this one versus Amanamus. Wait. But no movement speed on your boots is kind of despair. Like genuinely, that's kind of rough. His movement speed is coming from, I guess you just need one it doesn't care if it's socketed, right? You can literally just put a magic jewel. Okay, he has a magic here. He has a 2 abyssal socket, so he has a magic and a unique. So he gets the movement speed, he gets the reservation, and I assume he gets reduced ailment duration with having a rare here, because this just says while affected. It doesn't say it has to be in the boots, unless I'm misreading the boots, but that's what it just says. I like Guardian more, but the damage looks solid and he has explosions. What is it? What is this version's curse engine then? Vaughn in a ring. The ring is... Oh, it's curse on hits. As punishment, does he have... He has +1 curse from here. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. What is... I guess he's using Blade Fall to hits. Then curse on hits applies the curse, which gives the explode, would be my guess. But this isn't Blade Fall of Thratus. This is regular Blade Fall. So it wouldn't feel the greatest until you got Blade Fall of Thratus. Hello, thank you for the videos, and guys, trying minion build for the first time in 10 years. How is it going? How you finding the guides? Phase run, automation. Oh, he has punishment in his weapon 1, which is a trigger. But the punishment is not linked to X Bloom. I guess his punishment would trigger the explosion, which then applies curse on hits to prolift the explosion. Because the explosion hits, that applies Vaughn, and then that prolifts. Why spiritual aid though? I assume just to get righteous army. What did I just sell? Blood refuge? Sure. In campaign, so it's cool, but you can't wait for specters. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions, by the way. You should be able to get specters or use specters right from like when you unlock them at this stage of the league, assuming you're not SSF. If you're SSF, then disregard what I just said.
Okay, I gotta head out. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
See ya. Yo, didn't play Deadlock?
What's up?
You guys didn't play Deadlock?
Yeah, he has to go get his girlfriend. So you have time for a game. I mean, I'm in Deadlock right now.
Have
Did my
fun.
30 maps of the night. Came out with 9 T17s.
It is what it is.
Guess I reflecting this too.
Man says reflecting is like it's an afterthought. Not a whole 7 divines, but it's an afterthought. But it's okay.
You would feel the same way I did in my situation.
I would not. I can promise you that I definitely would not. Dude, I would still celebrate divine drops if I was in a situation. I'm not. I get a Mageblood.
I'll still
Cool.
celebrate divine drop. I'm excited when a divine drop.
Says the person that could drop 7 divines and was the most monotone reaction ever. Oh, Sag.
Okay,
You said
fair,
Sag.
fair. I did. Wait, no. When I dropped the effectiveness, I didn't say Sag.
You said Sag. You said.
Maybe I
oh,
did.
it's 3D Sag.
Okay, 3D. 6 is better. I was like, oh, it's 6.
It's better, but
I was like,
3D
oh my god, yay, it's 6.
I was excited for an Exalt altar, my guy.
Yeah, you're the one who's getting exalted altars LTS, divine altars LTS.
I've only dropped
Freaking
1
six
divine
King of the
altars.
Mist King of the Mist rituals by day 2. Meanwhile, they're 1 in 40 map chance. It was like just fucking trolling us. God knows how many maps I've done. I've gotten literally 1 King of the.
Are you the person to talk with your Mageblood dropped 2 seasons in a row? Should we talk about the odds of that? Would you like to talk about the odds of that?
Yet, though.
What?
I haven't dropped the mirror yet, sadly.
And? Like, I haven't dropped a single Mageblood. I hope you know this. I have not dropped a raw Mageblood ever. Period. Just letting you know. Ooh, thank you very much unfortunate. I'll take it. Wanted to ask because I hesitated a lot between PF and Necro. I'm a big Pathfinder enjoyer, but trying Necro this time. What do I think of pros and cons of Pathfinder and Necro? Sorry for my English. You're doing fine. You're doing really, really good. What do I think is the difference? Pathfinder is a lot tankier in the form of it has insane regen coming from the flask, as well as it doesn't have as much access to minion related modifiers on the tree. So let me reduce the volume of this a bit so you can hear me better. So what that means is effectively your minions will have only the stats you give it from things like timeless jewels and what's the other one again, and cluster jewels. But other than like these different sources, they really aren't getting many minion stats. But with Witch, the difference is with Witch you now have access. Oh, my internet cut out. Fun. All right, it is back. Thanks for checking out the POBs. Hopefully they release the helm. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And you are welcome. I enjoy looking at interesting POBs, seeing the tech and everything. So it's a nice pastime. And I mean, if you want me to actually check out a POB off stream, you can always send it to me on Discord. Can't promise that I'll be able to check it out as soon as you send it, but I will check it out and I will let you know what I think. So now that the internet connection problems are gone, let me continue what I was saying. Witch versus Pathfinder. Pathfinder is more defensive, which is and has less access to damage, which is a lot more offensive and will get way higher damage numbers. And depending on how you build it, the witch can compete to a degree with Pathfinder. But the reality of the situation is the witch is not getting as tanky as Pathfinder does. Just because there's no, with witch and its leech, you need to be hitting, your minions need to be hitting something for you to have the really good sustain that keeps you alive and all of that. For Pathfinder, you just always have it. It doesn't matter. It is not reliant on anything outside your control, except like with certain map mods and whatnot. But besides the point. So that's the big difference. Pathfinder is tanky, about noticeably less damage, which is way more damage, but also squishier. And its sustain is dependent on hitting enemies versus just being up all the time, which also goes into the feeling of tankiness the Pathfinder gets. Pathfinder is also just much quicker and everything because of its access to like flask sustain and all these other things that Pathfinders get for free, essentially.
You are rotting from inside out.
The fortress maps have been given. Holy.
When I'm ready and not before.
The multiplayer that is Delhi, I'm almost inclined. Oof. I'm almost inclined to actually try to spec Delhi on my tree just because I think it might be more damage. Not more damage, what am I saying? It might be more maps. Where did he go? Optimize my POV, please. See, that's a different one because that's an optimization. I could look at it and see if I see any quick suggestions, but for like, I know you prefer damage versus tankiness in many situations. I could take a look at it in a bit and see if there are any easy to identify improvements. What do we have here? Think you have boot now? I mean, that's nice.
Let's get it done. Cover me.
I see. So overall, Pathfinder is a bit better than Necro. I'd like to be tanky, but I tried Necro. Probably tried to build on the Pathfinder data. Thank you for the answers. You are welcome. If you like to be tanky, are you playing in a hardcore environment, or it's softcore but you just like to be tanky? Because Necro does get tanky. It's just because Pathfinder has easier access to, or has way harder access to minion related stuff, you tend to get more defensive stuff alongside the inherent bonuses you get from flats, and because flats are such a big boost to your player character versus your minions.
I refuse to die. I refuse to die. I'll take you all down with me.
Is this an early res map? No, it's not.
I refuse to die. I'll have to stay behind. You must escape.
Surely this fortress or hive is going to give me a, what do you call it, a fortress, right? I'm gonna get a fortress 100%.
You did it.
What did I say? A fortress. Thank you very much. I really wish you could favorite or make hives more likely. I would do the fuck out of them. Play softcore, just like to not die. I mean, same. Like you can see, I'm currently 93% to level 100. Bruh, I didn't mean to click that. I most definitely didn't mean to click that. But I'm about to hit to level 100 because you tend to level when you don't die. Trash. Probably trash too. Yep. What do I have on my map device? More shrines. Maybe I should take Delhi on there. Maybe I'll try that. I'll take Delhi and ooh, what did we? Ooh, Evaldos. If I was arcane, I'd have said such. Then blame it on the Mageblood.
Oh.
Don't tell me I've already taken reduced recovery rate of. Yes, I have. I guess no convocation for me in this map. No shield charge either. I think I will try going Delirium for a bit and seeing how that feels on a map drop consistency basis. Because having the extra quants or innate quant in your maps is bound to just feel good and bound to lead to more map drops. Maybe more so than the extra shrines we get. Maybe? I don't know. It's also bound to make it so whenever we get the bad ritual spawn, we don't feel it as we don't feel this way as much. Maybe. Easier to get max block on Necro, so I guess with high investment, Necro is pretty tanky. Yeah, Necro is tanky. Like as you can see, I'm leveling pretty well. Defensive layers that Necro has over Pathfinder, like you said, block is a big one. With your ascendancy, you're able to actually easily cap your block with bone offering, which would make you and your minions tankier. And not only that, whenever you block, you're also going to regen some life, which is always nice. That is always pretty nice. And then other defensive layers, most of the things you're going aside that is for your minions. Like this makes you tanky, but this is like for your minions so they just have more damage and more life. This is defense again for your character because you get 10% physical damage reduction, which is pretty big considering it's not armor, it's just flat PDR, as well as leech. Leech is very comfortable. I barely have regen. Most of what you're seeing my character, or most of what you're seeing in terms of my character not taking damage or its health not moving, is from the leech. My minions hit enemies, I get life back, and I have instant leech. So even when I go 100% reduced recovery rate of life, and I go less, players cannot regen life, and I go less recover, and I go like the modifier on the map that says like less recovery rate and all that, I can still, another thing, invigoration, thank you very much. I can still recover life from instant leech, whereas a Pathfinder would not. So there's, I think a witch also has access to more modifiers. What? Okay. Witch also has access to just more modifiers or less modifiers that break them. So like if you go the Pathfinder route, you wouldn't take like reduced flash charges gain because that would break you. You wouldn't go less recovery rate of life because that would break you. There are a bunch of other new mods that you now cannot run as a non-witch because it will break you. So I think witch also has that added advantage of being a bit more flexible on modifiers. But conversely, you now do not want to run reduced block maps because you now rely on block versus a Pathfinder that might not. It's a give and take.
I need manner.
Another fortress. Somebody is coming from my 8 fortresses. Why do you want to buy my fortresses? Aren't they more expensive? So I've run 13 maps so far in this current in my current strats or my current sets, and I have 12 maps. I don't think I want to sell just 8 though. That being said, how much are they going for? Or should they've gone up in price? They're almost 70, so I'll put them at 80. All right. I basically want to sell closer to
When I'm ready, and not before.
I want to sell my maps when I have more of a bulk. I don't really care for it now. Or for selling it now, I guess. How close are you to Mageblood? How close am I to Mageblood? I'm more than halfway there. I have 2 apothecaries and I have a whole bunch of like other items I just haven't liquidated. So I would say what the fuck is happening here? What the fuck was that? That was super weird. Anyways, I'd say I'm like 70-ish%, 75% maybe of the way there. And if I don't get there by today's Monday, if I don't get there by like Wednesday-ish, then King's March should be able to bail me out and get me the rest of the currency I need. I think I should be sending a shipment by Wednesday, but I could be wrong on that. So your first character in PoE was a Necro and you haven't played since. How long ago was this? Oh, there's ads going on now. Think again? Sheesh, containment. Dude, these maps are cracked. Not only did I drop a fortunate, I dropped a containment not long after. What is the 169? It's like, it's not even that insane in terms of currency, and I haven't changed anything that I'm overtly aware of. RNG has just come out the other end, I guess.
And not before.
10 years ago. Holy. Now that's a PoE veteran right there. That's like 2015. Oh, that's insane. So what was the minion build you played back then? I'm not a big fan of minion builds. Like, I don't like SRs, but I love walking simulators. Ward looks cast when so this one looks really cool. You like walking simulators, but you don't like minion builds, or do you not like temporary minion builds like SRS? Because this is pretty much a walking simulator, like you said. Once you set it up, all you're doing is walking around, as you can see, and everything dies. You know, I'm actually the exact inverse. I love walking simulator build, but have never played any cast when stunned or ward loop setup. And it's not like I have anything overly like against it or something. Like, the only problem I would have against it, I guess, would be that I have been making, tweaking, adjusting, you know. I've been so immersed in minion POBs over the past like 2 years. Another fortress, yo, let's fucking go. Anyways, I've been so immersed in minion builds over the past like 2 years that I haven't ventured that much outside, and so like I have very, very basic knowledge of like items and whatnot that are out there that people that are actually like meta, and you know what people actually use that are non-minions. So I would 100% need to, if I were to try that, I would have to find a guide and follow it. And I just really enjoy making my own things. So there'd be a slight contrast there where I would have fun playing the game, but I'd also need to learn. I would spend the next Lord knows how long just learning and like just figuring shit out on how to like scale what I want. I mean, it would honestly be a fun experience to go through that. Like, I did something similar last league where I saw an item that I thought was cool, so I just did some rough POB and I played around with some ideas. I think it was the shaper item, the shapers, whatever. I thought those items, I think they're staves. I found them very cool. So I did some light POB, some mental brain work on like how it would work and stuff like that. I think I eventually dropped the idea just because of the limitations of the build, because I think, if I remember correctly, shaper wasn't a minion. He was more like a totem than anything. And there are multiple ways you could scale the different versions of the staff you could get. But the one that intrigued me the most, what was it? It was the... I think it was the beam, but the beam couldn't rotate, and I think that was disappointing. And aside the beam not being able to rotate, I think Shaper Ball was the most common one to scale. And I think I really wanted the beam to work and not the balls. Yeah, I think I really wanted the beam. But if you were to try to scale the beam, Claire would be kind of suckish. I think that was like the state I got on my mental math or lights mental work for that build. When you play another archetype of build, you have to learn again. There should appeal, I would say. Yeah, it's like when you're within the archetype you're very familiar with. Like I cooked up this POB for a chieftain summoner that I might play next. A chieftain syndicate operative summoner. Pretty expensive setup, but this might be my next build. I made this POB between the hours of 2 a.m. this morning, 3 a.m. and now. Everything in here literally within 24 hours, ready to go, just because I kept getting ideas and whatnot. I can't do the same thing if that was not a minion build. I definitely couldn't do that. But that is I think part of the beauty of PoE. Oh, like minion build or non-minion build, you're using the same mechanics. You're using impale, you're using poison, you're using ignite, all these different mechanics. You're using the same mechanics, and you might understand the foundation of the like mechanic itself, but the reality of actually making a build that another fortress. Let's go. This is like how many maps in a row at this point? I wish I could say there was something I was doing and I could keep replicating it. But like it's literally just RNG.
Inakota, I will send you a gift.
Show me the money.
Anyways, you're using the same mechanics, but the way you engage with them is different. Like with minions, you're not going to worry as much for like all the nitty-gritty soul eater tech that came like last league with, I think it was a ring and curse, with the whole curse, reducing curse duration so that to a specific breakpoint, so that you are always eating the souls of every enemy you hit, yada yada yada. You're not dealing with anything like that. So when you actually start having to deal with like the nitty-gritty of the build, you realize like you're actually worlds apart, even though they use similar mechanics. Oh, I actually forgot about my breach. I probably should just do the breach whenever I see it. Reduce the chance of me forgetting it exists. Like for the same soul eater tech I mentioned, if I wanted to give like my minion soul eater, what I would do to go about that is very different from what a player would do. Like Rune, calm down, you're not that dramatic. All right, it was just a little killing. I just killed you, that's it. Chill. All right, chill. What I would do to get like soul eater on a minion build would look something like, if it was a non-AG build, you'd be looking at okay, specters, you're going to use a jewel on your tree that gives them a chance to get soul eater, yada yada yada. But for AG, you might decide to go soul ascension gloves, which is a lot more reliable for, and he would just have perma souls and everything. But like for a player, you don't want to go either. I mean, you can't just go jewel and forget about it. You have to actually figure out like the mechanics behind it. You can go solo essentially like your AG, but you probably want, depending on your setup, you might not want to go melee, or you might want to do it on some other archetype or whatever. So our Lord, you're beginning to finish the campaign. You're welcome. I enjoyed the talk as well. Very, very fun.
Life is short.
The nature of PoE.
When I'm ready, I'm not before.
It's just hilarious how for like most other genres, what you, by the way, do I get part if I sub to you on another channel instead of gifting? No, I believe it only works if you gift 2 subs. I think you can gift 1 sub on one channel and 1 on another, but I think it only works on gifted subs and not on subs yourself, unfortunately. I think at this point, I think I have run like 180 maps, give or take, and I have not seen a nameless altar in those 180 maps. Like obviously I didn't run all of them today, but like the last time I saw a nameless altar, I think was that far or that long ago. Speaking of, is there even ritual in this map? There isn't. There isn't that I can see, at least. Oh, there is. It's just suppressive. Ironic thing is I saw it before I asked and I forgot. Ten city squares for... All right, let's go spend some.
Welcome back.
Juice. What should we pull on? Mysterious. I haven't gotten anything good from Mysterious. I don't know that's worth my Mageblood at this point. Like even if it is, the odds of getting anything good out of Mysterious, like what is one thing anybody has gotten out of Mysterious womb gifts that have actually been substantial? Like this doesn't tell me anything about what it can drop. I just realized currency womb gives actually cause the most graph blood per click. See my level at 1514. I never noticed.
She will soon bear fruit.
Let's eat some unique, shall we? I've dropped so many Farborn Kikazarus, and none of them are, all of them are mana per level. Is that the only mod it can have? I wonder.
The Genesis tree accepts your offering.
Lol, a dream fragment. Ooh. Oh my god. What the dude? Come on, it just had to be a red dream. Really? Saj, if it was a nightmare, we would have been in business. We can't turn a corrupted dream into a nightmare, right? Pretty sure we can't. Where is Wiki? Red nightmare, item acquisition. Okay, it is what it is. We go again. Was it just me or... Oh wait. Yeah. It's not up to you, divine. Such.
She is pleased.
Recover life when you chill.
She will soon bear fruit.
Recoup ES instead of life. Probably on the cheaper side. Yeah. Okay. None of these are good. Actually, I almost forgot. You can still be sold for something. The rest of y'all, no. Will I press this? $19 chaos, Saj.
That price?
Saj. I basically just dropped the red dream with reservation implicit from corruption. If only it wasn't a dream. Like a nightmare would have been so much more money. Oh, jeez. Way more money. Fortress again. What is the base quant on this? 173. Ooh, synth maps. I mean, I probably wouldn't sell them, but synth maps are synth maps. Can't complain.
Please.
What is this?
I need more mana.
The fastest combination of movements of movement mods we could have gotten.
I finally skill into a final team fight 40 minutes in. And this Kelvin puts me in the dome. E7 and then Yamato to just fully eat the 7 ults for the whole team.
Wait, so seven was in the bubble with you guys?
Yeah. I was literally fighting him and this guy domed us. After he ulted, by the way.
Was it your Kelvin?
Yeah.
And he couldn't remove the ulti.
I mean, he ended up dying after. And when he dies, the ulti just does its full duration, so I died. Sag.
07.
Trying out Wraith.
Oh? Were you rating that
I'm
game?
noticing. Yeah, it was. I'm just looking for that third character, right? Like, I'm noticing that like Infernus actually has a hard fall off in the end game. In the end game, like, you won't kill people with that spirit damage. Like everyone's just too tanky. Like those 45-minute games.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for someone that has a lot more like carry power. Like I have a good spike as Infernus mid game, but the problem is, yeah, when that's over, it's kind of GG's.
Typical mid-game champion.
Yeah. Kind of like Geist, right? Like Spirit Geist.
Yeah.
She's insane. She'll have the most damage, but she's literally not killing anyone. And I don't think it's bait, but I just think that like it's easy to see those big numbers and think, oh wow, I'm doing so good. But like, bro, you had 30 kills in that 45-minute game. You're actually doing that good.
Yeah, but like in situations like that, or in MOBAs especially, or in MOBAs typically, what you really want to have, is this worth any money? You really want to have the ability or the knowledge required to close games like that out, so that you as a person who falls off do not actually what do you call it? So you as the person who falls off do not get to the point where you fall off and you can actually fully take advantage of your mid game. It's the same beginner's feeling where,
Yeah, which is what I do. Which is, I think ever since I started to understand how to farm better.
yeah,
Most recent learnings, I'm a better Infernus mid game. Cause like I know exactly when it's like, okay, now time to sit in the solo lane and farm people.
yeah,
Or like time to like as soon as it's time for a team fight, time to literally just like use all the power spikes I know I have to make sure like I might die, but 2 people will burn to death after I die, like shit like that. I understand that, but I'm noticing at least at my rank, there's a shit ton of 45-minute games, which is making me want to play him less.
yeah.
Because it feels like I'm lacking like impact long term.
So in terms of the Giga people who they get to the end and you just don't know what to do to stop them, who do you have in mind? Who are champions that actually gets that problematic? I think even
It's just
7
when
is
in a 45-minute game, everyone's just gotten a lot of the defensive things they need to be able to just not Giga burn. Like, you
Yeah,
just
but
notice it is in fairness.
I'm more just asking a general deadlock question, like who is not that kind of character who gets
Wraith,
even
Wraith.
stronger. Why
Wraith
does
only gets
Wraith?
stronger.
Why is that? Cause weapon damage, or
No,
does
she goes
she?
spirit in the end game. She goes spirit most times. With weapon is like is good at base. So you're buffing the cards and the
Okay.
ults. The ults will give your team a pick. Right? Let's say like in those rounds that like 40 minutes in, we're dragging this game out, but we need a pick. A
Yeah.
Wraith will help you get that pick because of the silence ult on the one guy. And then she has really good burst damage in team fights. You're shooting like 4 people, you're just generating those cards and sending them, and they're doing insane damage. And her like, she
Level
does take a lot of currency.
100.
Oh shit, congrats.
Thank you.
She does take a lot of currency, but I think she feels very rewarding.
Okay.
Shall we play one game together before I go to bed, right?
If you're up late enough, then yeah. I'm not. Today I might not stream for as long as I typically do because I think I actually need to get some rest because I have been bleeding energy like for the past week and a half streaming as long as I have been streaming. So yeah, I'm about to start working IRL soon, so my schedule is going to change a lot when that happens.
Take you all down with me.
I'm not going to be able to stream up till like 3 a.m. anymore. So there's going to be a balance where I'm going to still stream till 3 a.m. this week, but it's not going to be every day while I try to fix my sleep schedule.
Go! I'll handle it from here.
All right. We're going to slowly walk out of here. Slowly but surely. Make sure we kill as many people as we can just so we have a much higher chance of dropping what we want to drop, a fortress. We're in no hurry. The middle thing is never going to kill us, that I know of at least. So we can take our time. Give me that fortress, boy. One of you ought to drop it. One of you. It's gonna happen. All right, out we go. Give me that fortress. Come on. Bruh. You disappoint me.
You did it.
Disgusting. And that's my cannot recover or reduce recovery rates, right? Oh no, it's actually a good reduced recovery rate, just 10%. Oh shit, we're chilling. We don't have to respect it.
I will see you again.
At 10%, I'm just chilling. Like it's just 50% total. It's when we get at 20% that's like, oh, we are not going to be. Oh, Min with the 2 gifters, thank you very much. Enjoy your portal. Wait, that's looking like more than 2. That's 4, is it not? Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Was that a mistake? Oh shit. Okay, my life is kind of sweating the burning ground. Y'all are almost dead. I'm about to lose my leech sources. I'm out. What do we get here? Meh. What is this? Bruh. That's 2. What do you mean? You not sure I understand. Oh shit, we finished our next 20 maps. Oh, it's 2 gifted. Are you sure? Wait. Yeah, you get that to... Wait, oh. Is it just written weirdly? Let me check activities. Oh, it's 2. Okay, thank you for the 2 gifted. It's written weirdly in chat. It looks like it's 4. It looks like it's 4, but it's 2. It's the gift, and then it's the gift, and then it shows who it's gifting to. Okay. Now I get it. I don't know. Last time I got a gift, I feel like it displayed differently in an easier to understand like way, but still appreciate it. Thank you very much. Enjoy your very sus looking portal. Like this guy, where is he? I don't have it yet. Wait, why don't I have it? I guess it hasn't been delivered. I claimed it today, so it just hasn't. It just isn't here yet. It looks like. Speaking of not here yet, this is the first
game a shot.
Already?
I was kind of bored.
Lol. Enjoy. Surely you can still play one more.
I'm not waking up at 7 tomorrow. I'm not trying to be there at 8 since Cats has a day off. I'm trying to be there at 9.
Oh, okay.
So I might be able to. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how long you're live, right? So I'll just keep. I mean, if I have to leave my game, fuck it.
Lol. I should be live like 10-15 more minutes. I want to do something else. Wait.
If it's 10, I'll cancel then.
Okay. I want to do some last minute liquidating. See how much I'm going to end up with. How many maps do I have left in my map search? We have... This is going to be another 20 maps. So we still have... I think this is 12 each. 24... I think there's 60 maps left. I think it's 60 maps left. So we have 80 maps left total in the bulk we bought, and we bought a lot of bulk, as you guys can clearly see. So, oh, that is sad to see. I look like a broke AF. I have 1 divine to my name. I guess I have 12 exalts too, but 1 divine, 290 chaoses. But I also have a shit ton of farming mats to get through, as well as actually still having 2 apothecaries. So it is not to be underestimated. I do have the apothecary, so it's not like I'm just like very far from the Mageblood. I'm actually much closer than it seems. Blue Zant, we're at 300k. 300k blue Zant, 600k wheat. So that means we have, wait, let me just do a quick maths calculation. We're getting 945 times 3. We're getting 2835 per hour, and we're gonna need how many? We're gonna need 520k, I think, or about 520k. I'll put 525k. 2835. So every 185 hours or 7.7 days, I should get a shipment. Now, from where I am in particular, that would be 2835. I have 3 days left before I actually have the full shipment. Now at 3 days left, I feel like 7.7 days seems slower, or is that just me? But anyways, 3.2 days left. So basically that's gonna be Thursday is when my shipment is going to be going. I think by Thursday I'll already have a Mageblood, if I'm being honest. I think realistically I'm getting my Mageblood either probably Wednesday, probably, depending on how things go, or how my lucky drops, you know, align. With the way we've been farming maps in the past, like in 20 maps we got 15, which is just huge. But if RNG keeps being this way, then I can see myself getting the Mageblood much sooner. That being said, once I'm done with this current map set, I will probably be trying different other strategies. And that reminds me, now I can sell my amelioration because I actually do not care about dying or not losing the XP or whatever else. I will keep it somewhere. I'll keep it in my stash. There. Actually, no. Here, I guess. All right, where is Wealthy Exile? Where are we ending stream at? We're at 162. But my fortresses are still massively underpriced. My Screaming Irritations have not yet sold, but I assume they'll sell soon enough. Fortunate, we're close to another 2 divines, which is always nice to have. But I have so many 1D stacks that I could sell. I could probably liquidate into another apothecary before the end of stream if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm not going to put you guys through that much liquidating. Why the fuck do I have 1,377 orbs of chance? That's a lot of orbs of chance. Probably from the league mechanic and stuff. It says 81C, but realistically, how much is that? Chance orbs, chance orbs, chance orbs. Where are they? So it's about 70C. All right. Let's see. Refresh. Load. Customize. Small stacks. Oh, orbs of chances are not here. They're only in large stacks. Okay, I mean, still no, but okay. How much are jewelers, and should we keep getting jewelers? Yeah, let's turn up jewelers as well. What about instillings? All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're just going to disable this one, or better still, we're going to increase this to like 10. Show me a stack of, do I care about a stack of 10 if I'm being honest? Not really. Disable, please. I don't care about it that much. Okay, I'm fine with that. Small stacks. Odds are I want to disable this one too. Regal, I mean Lesser is fine. Instillings, no, we don't do instillings anymore. Horizon orbs, no. How much are horizons? Yes and no. All right, we've made Jewelers, of course, also a no. Usings? Question mark. Yeah, that's a no as well. And then just to confirm, let me just see general currency. Let's see what ends up popping up in here. Yeah, I think D tier is fine. Yeah, this is fine. All right. I think I'm happy with those changes. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to put you guys through a liquidation session. And honestly, I don't even want to do that right now. So this is where we're going to be ending stream. As we're going to still have a few more long streams this week. Likely the stream where I actually get my Mageblood is going to be on the longer side, and I'm probably going to actually earn the currency I need for the Mageblood on stream. I'm still going to be farming off, but it's a lot of farming, honestly, and Mageblood is not getting cheaper. It is getting more expensive, so it's kind of also a race against time, but I'm fine with the checkpoint system I have going on, where when I can afford to, I buy an apothecary and, you know, keep going that way. So that much is what I would recommend if you're going for a Mageblood as well. I am also going to be dabbling in other strategies as well. I think it makes sense to. Pretty sure it makes sense to do that because of the current RNG nature of the map farming strategy. I think it's still good money per hour, but I also think there's also such a thing as fatigue. You know, I'm getting tired of it. So when I'm done with this big map strats, I'm going to weigh my options, probably look a bit into the settler version. I might just honestly pivot into still map farming but settlers. I'm undecided, but I have 80 maps to decide, so you know, I'm gonna be here. Anyways, I'm gonna be back tomorrow, same time, maybe longer stream, maybe not, we'll see. In any case, thanks for stopping by, appreciate it. You are welcome, and thank you for the level. Thank you for the, I guess, congratulations. You know, level 100 was not something I was expecting to get this league. I typically don't get it. I don't chase it. But the fact that I basically blinked and I realized I was level 99 and I'm like, oh, I can get to level 100. You know, that was pretty good. I can't complain. So now that we're at 100, challenges are going to be even easier. I think that's the part that I'm actually very happy about, because I wasn't sure what my last grinding, grueling game grinds, whatever that challenge would be. And I didn't want to do Argus. I also didn't want to do invitations that much. But now I can just do pinnacle bosses to complete it, and yeah. Anyways, I digress. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Good night.